like the next hour around 7:30. I'm gonna watch the Celtics and the Nets. Yeah, I just want to check in and saw some great live streams today. I think one with Ramils with that musician and Gary the Nihilist, man. He takes the K, aka Gary the Grant. He stood up against SKC and Mr. Fitnall, Mr. Fitnelli, man. I thought that was some priceless ass shit, man. Yeah, man. I mean, the playoffs is fun. Two upsets last night. I did see the Jazz and the Knicks game. Upsetting for Jay Shine. Shouts out to him, his Knicks. I mean, they're gonna get the Hawks. I mean, I know I like the Hawks myself. They ain't one of my favorite teams, but they're one of my teams I like. But they got one more year or two. That may go 7. The Jazz and the Grizzlies, a huge upset. The Jazz could have won that game without Mitchell, but the Grizzlies, man, they took advantage, man. That was an upset to me. That was an upset. There was a lot of good games. I mean, the Suns and the Lakers was not an upset because two teams, you got two stars that's banged up. LeBron's not 100%, so he can lose that series anytime. I don't think it's going to go all the way this year because Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. It's a pattern. They win. Each of them win every other year. It's kind of odd, man. With the media and all that stuff. But, when COVID came, he had that championship, but I knew he was going to be banged up in the West, so it's not going to be easy. It's not like the East. It's not a cakewalk. Got too much time in the West. West is a toss-up, so it looks like Dallas is going to have to murk the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers, playoff Pete, Paul George, man, it's over, man. That I'm calling it right now. Dallas is going to sweep them. And Philly may sweep Washington. I'll tell you why. Westbrook's old coach Scott Brooks, that ain't gonna work. He's doing all the low. When I saw that game 1, I said, "Oh hell no!" I saw that yesterday. I was like, Embiid just need to just dominate the boards, man, for real. I think he should need to just punch him in the mouth the next game. And they got so much depth and coaching. Somebody's gonna get a championship this year out of these. It could be the Sixers, the Bucks, the Nets. I'm not sure because of James Harden. I just don't see James Harden with that team. I'm not picking the Nets in the finals. I'm just not. You can't trust Durant. Durant's not 100%. They're being very, very careful with him in the playoffs. And Kyrie, because he got a chance. They both played each other. Was it once or two? Yeah. Got to see game 2 of Dallas and Clippers series. What's going on, Gabe? Yeah, that series is nothing to play with. But I try to catch Dallas, but I'm picking Dallas to win that series because I like the Mavericks. I don't care for the Clippers that much. I mean, I like Kawhi, but damn, looks like he's gonna leave again. But LeBron, he ain't sit his ass down, man. I don't take him seriously. Like, Lakers need to hang it up because that team. See, every time he gets a team when he wins, but when he tries to defend the championship, he always get badly built teams. It's all tailor made for him. But that's what the Lakers get. You listen to what LeBron says. You ain't going anywhere. And I don't trust Anthony Davis. He's injury prone too. He's banged up. They bully that man. I mean, I was wrong about DeAndre Ayton. I was really wrong about it because I thought he was going to be he's a different type animal. That boy was getting boards. They need to play Devin Booker more. Drummond sucks on defense and offense. They need Gasol in the game. Yeah, I mean, Gasol can help him, but it ain't going to be enough. I mean, he's just one guy. They rest him because he's older. The Lakers don't know what they want to do. Aiden is growing up. Yeah, he's the truth, man. I mean, when I remember he got first overall pick years ago, man, when I was in the workplace, that dude is a beast. He reminds me of Dwight Howard a little bit, frame wise. He'll get a ring or two with that team. And if you have a guy like Chris Paul, but I ain't gonna say Chris Paul, but certain types like him, stars like that, you need to build around. But Devin Booker is good enough. He kind of carried him. He was player of the game. That may go 5 or 6. I said the Suns may get 6 games out of that if the Lakers get 2. If they put Gasol in there. But I doubt it if LeBron, he can't carry that team by himself because Anthony Davis is a problem. You know, that's just a bad fit. I mean, I like Montrezl Harrell and all them, but that's just a bad fit. I mean, come on, let's get real. I used to play basketball when I was coming up as a kid, because I'm 6'5.5", but you know, I remember back in the day in high school, I used to see guys that was 6'8", bullying guys that was 6'3", 6'5". I come from a small high school in Tennessee, and there's a high school in Murfreesboro, but they call it Oakland High School. They had Navy Blues. I forget their mascot, but them niggas threw the ball off the backboard, and when you run off the backboard, he just went bang. And I was like, when I heard that rim popped from that small high school, man, oh my God. It was just posterization, man. True. Dennis is bad point guard, super turnover. Yeah, he is. Yeah, man. I don't see the Lakers getting it, man. It's just like when Tom Brady wins a Super Bowl, LeBron, I thought he was going to win a championship. It's just a pattern. Then if he wins one, Tom Brady doesn't win a Super Bowl. You know, what's up with these sports, man? Every century of this year, this is 21st century, I never understood the pattern that what media does in sports. But, you know, sports is weird. When I was coming up as a kid in the 90s, man, it had the Jordan pattern, right? You had the Kobe pattern, too. But when LeBron came, it kind of changed things. Then Tom Brady started dominating. That's when they used them, too. So they got tired of Kobe. And whoever in football is down with us. But Philly may win the finals this year. I predict Philly, because Philly got the experience. They got two Laker players, and they got depth. They're scary. They're going to sweep. Whoever wins the Atlanta and the Knicks game, they get swept by Philly. I promise you that. I don't trust Westbrook. Yeah. He said, I think the Lakers will get to the West Finals. People won't watch if the Lakers go out. Of course they won't watch. But I don't think they're going to get to the finals because anybody can beat the Lakers because LeBron's not 100%. Trust me, he's banged up. That LeBron will not take you to the finals and win. I just don't see it. I will see him go the semis or the West Finals, you know, if he's lucky. But he's not beating Portland and those teams. They're going to knock him through the floor. They're going to figure him out. It's like blood in the water. But, you know, I give him a shot, but his players is going to be the problem. Drummond's going to be inexperienced the next round. But they're not beating the Suns. Suns got their number because you got Chris Paul. That may go 7, that may go 6. I'm not saying they're going to get swept, but if they do get swept, I blame the whole Lakers system, not LeBron. They gave him a tailor-made team, and they blew it. You know, that's the fault on Jeanie Buss and the coaching. Yeah, they'll get them there. They'll try to cheat, but if that doesn't work, Chris Paul will fix that because he runs the Players League. They all play together. But I doubt they'll go to the finals, though. No, Philly's going to beat them because it's that strange year. You know, the rest will cheat for Philly. Yeah, Philly's one of them teams. They got to win. They one of those historical teams in the NBA. You got to understand about the NBA. It's designed a certain way. When the Warriors got their way, they got their way. When Philly gets their way, when they won a championship, it's that strange year. It reminds you of '83 finals. That's the scary thing about it. But Lakers, they're the obvious choice by the media and the refs and whatever. I would say the Bucks, not the Nets. The Nets, they got another year. Because the Bucks been there so many times. They've been to playoffs so many times, but they've been to Eastern Finals. They just didn't get the job done. They will this time, but they will not beat Philly because Philly's got more depth. You got two Laker players like Dwight Howard and Danny Green. So they understand LeBron. That's why LeBron, if he gives up on one of those games, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And go to that championship, man. I feel sorry for LeBron, but you got to pray for him. But I'm not going to pray for LeBron. He gets hurt. Yeah, the Suns got their number. But I will watch the Nets and the Celtics, and I'm going to watch Denver and Portland. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Yes, I'm picking the Bucks. I'm not picking Brooklyn. because Durant's not 100%. He's 80%. He got Achilles problems. They're being very careful with him in the playoffs. They don't have to play much minutes against the Celtics. They're gonna sweep the Celtics. That's gonna be a sweep. So we know the first round's gonna be a dud. Yeah, same here. I'm picking the Bucks because Giannis makes sense. He's dominating. They're gonna go to the Eastern. The Eastern Conference Finals gonna be the Sixers and the Bucks. I mean, the East is a cakewalk. The West is a cakewalk as well, not by the Lakers, but by the Mavericks or whoever. See, Portland's been there the longest. In Denver, you got too many teams. Yeah, the Celtics suck because they got bad coaching. It ain't the players. It's the coach. In the front office, they're trash. Boston should do better. That city gonna be rioting. Boston's like the Yankees in some way because they have that tradition. And not just the championships, but the tradition alone. They think the same way. You go up there and act up like a nigga, man, they're gonna get rid of you. Trust me, a lot of players complain about playing for Boston. It ain't fun. It's like going to the Yankees, man. You cannot act up. They will get rid of you in a heartbeat. Look what they did to Isaiah Thomas and others. I can name names. They've been doing that. Because you can't be a fool in the NBA. Thinking they're trading Jaylen Brown. They may. I don't know who they're going to trade for, but they're going to keep Jason Tatum. Because he's a star. They're going to have to rearrange. They may keep Tristan Thompson in the lineup, but that coaching's got to go. Yeah, that coaching's got to go. That's the number one thing. If they want to win a championship, you got to get rid of that coach, man. Look at Doc Rivers. He's a good example of we're deaf. But Doc, the reason I picked him to win a championship is obvious. Yep, he's a franchise player. It's like Kobe, man. When you're on those teams, you're locked in. Just like Giannis, he chooses to stay there. He's not going to LA because LeBron's about to retire soon or go somewhere else. Because I know LeBron. LeBron's calculated. Just like Kawhi, he may go to Miami. You know, if he's tired of Clippers, see, they looking at who's going for the best. Obviously, the NBA's it's not one spot junkie because you know they looking at the economy of this country. They looking at options. Who's gonna make the most money? See, LA's not lucrative anymore. You know, everybody's leaving LA. It's a shame. But you know, LA's a nice city. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking about jobs. See, the sports is fine. It's just the people in the jobs. What we see at Ramil's talking about. You gotta have your own business and carve it out. I have no issue. But them brain trust boys trying to ruin my man B Mays. I just subscribed to him. I want to look at his content. You think Curry's going to be the Lakers? I think the Warriors will good again once Clay comes back. Yeah, they'll be good again, but I think Curry may go back home to the Hornets and Clay may go somewhere else. Now, Clay may go to the Lakers. I'll see that, but I don't know if he's going to go to LA anyway because he has a injury. If he keeps aggravating it, yeah, the Warriors, they're done, but I don't think they're that done. As long as you got Steve Kerr in that system, somebody's going to play for it. As long as you have Draymond, you're good because nobody wants Draymond. That's the thing. The Warriors will be fine because they do have success when they were bad. Yeah, because his dad used to play for the Hornets, but his dad, I know he's originally from Virginia, but he played a lot of different teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Warriors. I know his track record. I used to have his card somewhere, a basketball card. I used to like Dale Curry. He's one of my favorite role players. He had a monster three, but his sons learned to shoot. We're around the same age, Gabe. We're all around the same age. His birthday's in March. My birthday's in May, and his younger brother's with Philly right now. His brother's trying to win a chip. That's what this whole thing's about. The Curry's got something to do with the NBA. See, LeBron's banged up. It's nothing you can do about it. So, you know, the ref's going to cheat for him. They always do that. And it's Philly. Shit. I would love to see the Knicks and the Sixers in the next round. That's going to be jumping. But, you know, Doc and Thibodeau are good friends, the two coaches. That's going to be an interesting series. But, you know, the inexperience is there. Yeah, they should have kept him, but Dallas, they don't know what to do with him. They wasn't gonna win with him with Doncic. I think they want to do something different. I like Steph myself. He's one of my favorite Currys. I mean, Steph is a little overrated. He's cool. I'm neutral with him, but their father's my favorite. Even though he trained them well, the Currys all right. I'm cool with the Currys, but I would say that Philly squad, nah, that's a good fit for him. Shit, Philly is the future. If Ben gets his game right, shit, they got Embiid. Shit, you talking about Eastern champs again? Shit. But the East is a toss up. You got the Nets, Sixers, Knicks. That's your future Eastern Conference teams in the future, and the Celtics or something, and the Bucks. My fault, the Bucks. That's it. But the Bulls, my Bulls is just terrible. Damn, they need to get rid of that front office and that coaching. That's all I can say about that. But the West, it's just a mess. It's too much competition. I mean, Denver and Portland is the only teams I see that's gonna be future. The Lakers, they riding LeBron. I don't see no future in no LA Lakers, man. I'm sorry. Economic wise, sports wise, all that entertainment's going down the drain, man. I mean, stick with the damn Rams, but the Clippers, they done messed up. If the Sixers don't win this year, you think they'll blow the team? No, I don't think they'll blow the team. They'll probably keep it intact. They'll get rid of a few guys. They'll keep Embiid. They'll keep Simmons because they came close. Because if they don't win, that could be anybody. Sixers will stay intact because they need to keep that roster. They'll keep Dwight Howard and Danny Green. They'll take the cut. But if they do win, they'll probably get rid of some players. But I know they're keeping Embiid and Simmons together because that's a nice nucleus, and the coach. But I do see the Lakers blowing up if they don't win or win, because I don't think LeBron's staying there long term, because I don't think he's going to get two out of that. Not in the West, because you got Denver, you got Dame Lillard. Everybody can get it in the West. And Doncic, he can get one too. He can surprise like a LeBron. They compare it to LeBron. Well, that's a big stretch. We got to see what Dallas does. Dallas ain't been to the fire. The only team that can beat Dallas is Denver and Portland. Lakers can beat them easily, but the Lakers is not 100%. You don't want to know 100% team beating Dallas, because Dallas can go easily in the finals and get swept by the Sixers. You know what I mean? That'd be a strange finals. It'd be like what it was with Cleveland and the Spurs back in 2007. I remember that series too. I saw half of it. But you don't want that situation, because sometimes the NBA will put that situation out there. They'll do some shit like that. The refs will do that to get them there. And then they put Philly on them. It's over. See, Brooklyn's not 100% because they got Durant. That's why they got another year or two. See, Atlanta's got time. They young. New York is young. They got time. The Knicks. The Nets, they're tailor-made. They built to win. The Wizards is done. They, not with Westbrook. Westbrook ain't gonna last there. He gonna have to make a decision. Because, if Westbrook stays on the East, I would say the Knicks should get Westbrook, because he likes fashion in New York anyway, even though he's an LA guy. But I would love to see him on the Knicks, because the Wizards, I just don't see it. Not with Scott Brooks. Hell no. The Wizards is done. I don't see Washington be that team, man. Because the way I look at the brackets in the East, man, I say, oh, hell no. I got Sixers, Bucks, Nets. Miami's good. I want to see Kawhi go to the Heat, because the Clippers is fucking up. Because I like the Miami Heat more than I do the Bulls. But the Bulls is one of my favorites because I grew up watching Michael. But I do like the Miami Heat because I like Alonzo more than them players. There's a lot of these teams I like. I like the Pistons too. I like their classic history and all that stuff. I was Pistons first, and then I was a Bulls, because I'm from Tennessee originally, in the central part of it, in Sumner County. But I did have the Jordan jersey. That's what fucked up, because Michael messed my head up when I was young. But I grew out of that shit and learned a lot about the teams in the NBA when I was like 10. So, yeah, sports has always been a part of my family's life. So I'm good, man. But yes, I picked the Sixers win the East because you got two Laker guys. You got Dwight Howard and Danny Green, man. And the rest gonna chief for 'em, man. I just don't trust the referees helping Philly out. Philly's gonna get the calls. They got Embiid and Simmons, shit. And LeBron's agent is backing boy. And his agent don't care about LeBron. I know they're good friends, but LeBron's gonna have to sit this one out. See, they everywhere, man. Shit. Anthony Davis is fucking up. He can go back to Chicago, but I don't think he can take them to the finals, man. He's banged up like a Fruit Loop, man. Let's see, Sixers. LeBron signed that contract. Where would he go? Oh, he'll go anywhere. He'll go to. I don't think he'll go to Miami, but I think he's gonna retire in Cleveland. I think he'll go to anywhere because it's weird. LeBron picks teams where he wants to go. It has to be tailor made, like you see in the Lakers. He has to blow it up and get it. Hell, he can go to the Wizards if he wants to. The Knicks need shooting. All they really have is Bullet. Yeah, they do. They need to get rid of some guys. I keep Randall. I keep Barrett and just get Westbrook and have a team based off Barrett and teach that guy to be a star. That's a supporting cast. See, Westbrook can play with what's his name, Barrett. That'd be a good fit because Barrett he can play with anybody. But Russell's a good guard, but here's the problem: Russell don't want to. He cares about his stats, so I don't know if he works with Thibodeau. Most people predict he was going to go to the Knicks, but if Russell stays with the Wizards, his career is over because Wizards need to get rid of everybody. Alex Len, trash. Who else is trash on the team? Half of the team except for Bill. But I like that kid Gafford. He's good in that Japanese dude. That's what they need to start with, and then just build the rest with role players. I get rid of their big man, Alex Len. He's trash. He cannot guard Embiid. I'm sorry. It's garbage. And they need a head coach too. Scott Brooks ain't enough. Yeah, he is. Hachimura is not. I think his name is Rui. He's from Japan, but that boy is whoo. I'll give him another year. That's his team too. Westbrook needs to coach him. If they want Westbrook, that team needs to be built around both of them. Yeah, that boy's nice. I pay attention to who's good on that team. Philly's fine. Philly's fine. Just long you keep Doc, give him what he wants, and Embiid and Simmons, they're gonna be fine. I don't cry over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes gotta understand the NBA is weird like that. They want guys to say, "Oh, this is a big game." We think LeBron's gonna win, but he's got a bad high ankle sprain because he got to sit out another year to fix that problem. He's hobbling on the floor playing the game. He got his 18 points. He gonna get his stats now. But the Lakers is fucking up. They try to hurt LeBron in one of them games, man. All right, peace, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, man, I'm about to cut this one short, man. I just want to speak my thoughts on the playoffs, man. I'm about to watch this get head up and hit this game. Yeah, so with that, man, stay up, man. Salute to Kwame Brown. These playoffs has been fucking great, man. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom.